Hello everybody, welcome to my coffee break. Today I'm going to be trying another Two Friend and a Chef coffee. This time it is the sweet potato one. I saw this and I debated whether or not to buy it because I'm afraid if I don't like it then this 12-ounce bag will go to waste. Probably not, I still drink it anyway. This one is Two Friends and a coffee, and their slogan is the same as mine. Coffee and friends make a perfect blend. And they have a foster care project. I kind of talked about it in my last video. And this is 100% Arabica coffee from Houston, Texas. And there's their address if you see if I can get it to focus. And so if you want to go, it's also, I believe it's a coffee shop too in Houston, but they roast their own coffee and they make their coffee and they bag it. And they sell it here in a local HEB store. So that's pretty cool. So today I made another French press because this is a little bit easier. And it's pretty cold outside here in San Antonio. It's like, it got down to like 33 degrees last night, which is, you know, almost freezing. But for some people that's not very cold. But for us people in Texas, it's really cold. So, I got my San Antonio cup. Check it out. Has the Alamo on it. And this is a HEB brand. On the cup, they have a cafe au lait. But I like the cup, so it's pretty cool. So I'm going to use that today. And so here we go. We should go ahead and try this coffee, shouldn't we? Before it gets cold. I brewed it just fresh this morning, or just now. A little while ago, and boy, it's probably going to be really hot. I let my kettle go full throttle, and usually when I do that, the coffee is super hot. So here we go. Sorry, I hit my mic. Hope you can hear me okay, everybody. I got 2 people watching on Facebook Live, and so far nobody's joined on YouTube or Twitch, but that's okay. So let's give this a try, shall we? You can see the steam. It's pretty chilly in here in my little area that I do my broadcast on. So here we go. Oh, that's kind of funny tasting, but it does taste pretty good. It is super hot. Sweet potato. I think I can taste it now. It says it's a classic favorite. It's smooth and comforting right there on the package. It does taste interesting though. It doesn't taste bad. It just tastes a little interesting. So maybe it's like a candy yam. But it says sweet potato pie. So maybe instead of a pumpkin pie, it's like supposed to be like a sweet potato pie. It's actually pretty good. It's good on a cold day like this. And hope everybody's doing well today. Probably everybody's busy. It's a Friday. Everybody's getting ready for the weekend. So, well, yesterday I spent 5 hours waiting to get tested for COVID-19. A couple of people at work have got it, and then my son thinks he got tested positive, so I thought I better go and get tested. And so I'm waiting for the results, and so we'll see what happens. So if you can send me a little, well, my son too, a little good thoughts and maybe a couple of prayers there, I would appreciate it. You know what? This coffee does taste pretty good. The second or third time that you take a drink of it, it's interesting. It's a little bit different than the Chit Chat coffee that I tried. I like big mugs. This is a pretty good size mug. But if I held it with my right hand, then you would see this side, you wouldn't see the side that I want you to see. So There we go. This is the Alamo. I know one time I showed my cup and somebody wanted to go to a big deal about the Alamo, and I said, it's just a landmark here in San Antonio, a historic landmark. So, we'll just leave it at that. Oh, it's really good. So, I didn't know, I'm coming on kind of late today. It's like 2 o'clock, and I didn't know how many people would actually join, but I wanted to share with you this this coffee. I had said in my last video that I would probably try it, but I wasn't sure. But you know what? I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and try it. Because I posted a picture on Instagram, and somebody said, that might be interesting coffee, so why don't you try it? And I said, okay. So I thought about it, and I went ahead. This coffee is not very expensive. This one is like in the $6 range. It's weird. You can see the kind of reflection off my lights. But anyway, not bad price for a coffee, especially it's already ground. Some people would think that's kind of cheap, $5 to $6 coffee, but it's actually pretty reasonable. Some of the coffees I have purchased one time. I think it was a coffee. It was like $12 a bag, and so I went ahead and I tried it, and it was actually pretty good. I try not to spend that much money on coffee. There's a couple that does coffee reviews, and they actually get theirs from like a thrift store, and I didn't know that some thrift stores sell coffee like that, and so I would have to look around and see if they do have coffees in thrift stores. And they actually said that most of the coffees that they tried, or I'm sorry, excuse me, are actually expensive coffees, but they get them pretty reasonable at the thrift store. So, but I don't know any thrift stores that sell coffee here in San Antonio. Oh, this is actually really good. I think it has sort of like that. Yeah, a live premiere. Thank you, Fine Dining. Thank you for joining me. Sweet potato coffee. That's what this one is. As True Friends and a Chef coffee. There's a grocery store here in San Antonio called H-E-B. It's pretty much the only grocery store here in San Antonio because they pretty much cornered the market here, and they kicked out Albertsons, they kicked out Kroger's, and so, but this one is, it says it's smooth and comforting, and it actually has a pretty good taste. This one is about $5, about $6, so it's actually pretty reasonable. I didn't mind buying it for $6 if it turns out that I didn't like it, because I really didn't spend that much money on coffee. How are you today, this morning? Well, actually, it's afternoon. It's like 2. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for catching me live. I appreciate it. What snacks are you going to be trying next? I really like your videos. I really find them really cool, and I like the little rhymes or jingles that you do at the beginning. Sneaking off on work break. Cool. Is that cool? That's okay. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, it's the same. It doesn't have the different, has the same slogan that I use. And I didn't take it from them. I actually saw it one time on a sign at, where did I get it at? Hobby Lobby or something? So, that'd be pretty cool. Caramel cheesecake. That sounds really good. Cheesecake is real rich, but I like it. I like cheesecake. That'd be interesting. Yeah, I like the little jingles that y'all do at the beginning of your video to kind of introduce it. That's really neat. I like that. Wish I was that talented. Happy New Year's, Coco. Sorry, at the table. Yeah, it's interesting coffee I'm trying. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a long time. It's good to see you. And it's pretty interesting. The more that I taste the coffee, it actually, I'm getting some of the more of the taste. I think it's more like molasses and spices like that. And it's actually pretty good. I used my little French press that I have that I got. The other one cracked on the bottom, so I had to get another one. I think it still worked, but I just didn't want for it to actually crack and start leaking all over the place. I'm joined by Fine Dining. They have some nice videos about different snacks that they try, and it's really cool. So, sweet potatoes. I taste the molasses. It says sweet potato pie, so I think it's similar to like a pumpkin pie, but I taste a little bit of the molasses and maybe some cinnamon. Actually, it tastes pretty good, but not bad for like $6. So the $6 I got it for a little bit more coffee. So hope everybody's doing well. Today in San Antonio, it's 33 degrees, and it's supposed to warm up later on to like maybe the 60s, I think. And it tricked us again. It started getting like 70 degrees, and then yesterday another cold front came in, and now it got cooler again. Wow. That's really nice seeing you, Coco. Or Valerie. You got Fine Dining joining today. I think they left because they were on a work break, so they watched me for a little bit. That's cool. That's really nice of them to stop by. And got somebody watching on Twitch, and it's 46. This morning it was 33, and I guess maybe by this afternoon, or about 2 o'clock, it'll start warming up a little bit more. But we get, it's kind of weird, we get like a warm section of the week, and then the last section of the week it gets really cold. So I was debating whether to try this coffee, and I would have to say, out of a scale of 5 coffee cups, I would probably give it maybe 3.5 coffee cups. Vlog. Hey, Brandy, Charity, thank you. Thank you for joining me on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining me. This first time, this is the first time I've seen you. Thank you for joining me. This is the first time in a while that came on about 2 o'clock. It's about almost 2:30 here, I think. So I had some things to do this morning, and so I said, before I go to work later on today, I want to jump on here and try this coffee for everybody. And it actually turned out pretty good. They have a website on here. Where is it? I think it's Two Friends and a Chef. Oh, there it is. twofriendsandachef.com. You can order their coffees there too. If they don't carry it. This coffee company is in Houston, Texas, which is east from where I live. Actually, like 350 miles east from where I live. So Houston is a large city. It's like I don't know if it still is, but it was the third largest city in the United States. And the city that I live in is the seventh largest city in the United States. And we're getting bigger. And so it's really getting big here in San Antonio. They're doing all kinds of expanding on the highways and byways, and but the only thing is, northeast of us is Austin, and there's a bunch of little towns in between Austin and San Antonio. So I don't know if we can grow that way or not, but not sure. We have a lot of cities around us and a lot of cities inside the city limits of San Antonio. So it's pretty interesting. Yeah, there is. There's a lot of coffee companies in Austin, Texas, and a lot in Houston, and a few in Dallas too. And here in San Antonio, we do have some coffee shops that have their own roaster, that they roast their own coffee there too, and they also sell it. Name a few. There's Shotgun Roaster, What's Brewing is, and then there's a little coffee shop near me called what's it called? Texas Coffee Company. There you go. And they roast their own coffee. They have their roaster right inside the restaurant there. So it's pretty interesting. That's pretty neat, right? What's Brewing is a coffee company that has their own roaster, and they sell different coffees. They roast different kinds of coffees, and they outsource to different coffee trucks here in San Antonio, and then also some coffee companies. And there's another coffee shop here in San Antonio called Merit. Merit has their own coffee company too, and they outsource to all the different restaurants here in San Antonio too. So it's pretty neat. Merit used to be Local Coffee, and they changed names to their coffee company name to Merit. So it's actually really neat. Wow. Somebody watching on Twitch, but so far they hadn't said anything. That's okay. Oh, lucky me. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Sometimes, and I also, well, there's so many coffee shops here too, and coffee trucks that I haven't been able to try some of the coffee trucks here yet, especially because of the weather. And then also, I wouldn't really have anywhere to sit down and actually chat. I would have to stand up and drink my coffee. I have a gimbal. I'm using that now. I could probably just go out and do that. So, well, I guess I call it a day, because I had to get ready for work. I had to be at work at 4 today, so I'll get ready. And thank you everybody for joining me. Fine Dining, thank you for joining me, and Coco, aka Valerie, thank you for joining me today, and Brandy Charity, I think it said, thank you for joining me on YouTube today. And I appreciate everybody joining me. If you get a chance, you can also order this online if you want, the 2 Friends and a Chef, or you can just go online to see what they have. These are this is based in Houston, Texas, and this is pretty good. I'm surprised. I was afraid I wasn't going to like it, but it turns out that I do, and it's a very reasonable price. So, well, thank you everybody for joining me today, and remember, coffee and friends make a perfect blend. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And like I'm doing there, thumbs up. And subscribe to my channel if you like coffee and just want to chat or be on a coffee chat with me and my friends that join me. So thank you everybody for joining me today. We'll see you next time on Ken Rod's Coffee Break. Bye everyone.